Hey guys, good day. This is Juan Adriatico, president of Colt Buildings. I want to say thank you for choosing Colt Buildings, homes, pools, and Barndominiums. On behalf of our team, we are excited that you considered us. Okay, Colt Buildings is a unique business model offering our clients several options, and that serves all 50 states of the U.S. In regards to our building process, we are really excited that you guys have chosen us. We have several different entities. Colt provides the following services: financing, land, architecture, and engineering, steel buildings, iron buildings, stick structures, steel erection, construction estimating, pre-manufactured steel pools, and general contracting. Colt Industries includes the following websites, guys: coltengineeringfirm.com, okay, where we do our design and engineering. Colt Buildings does the steel distribution with Colt. Colt Estimating does all the estimations for full construction estimates and bids to submit to banks for approval for the general contractors. Colt Erection does the erection of the buildings. Okay. Colt Contracting does the full general contracting that manages and schedules the project in regards to subcontractors and making sure everything's on schedule, to make sure that all the subs are doing what they're supposed to be doing and meeting with inspectors so that your home is built accordingly and within code. They also pull permits for you so that we can get this process along the way. One of the first steps of building with new construction is that it is important to know that if your building is going to be a finance or cash build, that is critical because cash builds tend to move a lot faster than finance because we're having to wait on the bank, and we're having to wait on follow according to what they require to the building process. Another vital question to consider is your budget, because your budget will be the roadmap on which we will custom design and construct or build. Okay, so your budget will determine what we're allowed to do, what we're not allowed to do, because you can design whatever you want, but at the end of the day, your budget is going to keep us within the parameters of exactly what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, so based on your planning, your design plans, and on your budget, those are two factors that keep us within the parameters and within realistic expectations. Okay. With Colt, we offer options within the building process so that you don't feel trapped within the building process or our contracting firm. Basically, what that means is that you guys can either just get design plans with us, or you can just get the steel building from us, or you can get the steel building in erection, or you can do the full general contracting. So you can build it yourself, or you can find a general contractor, or you can use our general contracting services. You can just purchase a set of plans for your construction project, or you can buy a building and erect it yourself. Colt can also conduct the planning phase, steel building materials, and erect it for you to where you can have it finished yourself, or choose a local contractor to do it for you. Okay. Colt Contractors is a licensed general contracting service as well that we will take over the project from start to finish. We are a licensed general contracting service, Florida and Georgia, with residential and commercial. We cover also South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, and South Texas, which is like the Austin, San Antonio, and Houston area. We not only work with homeowners, but we also work with contractors who are looking to partner with us, saving them time and money, because we can take care of the architectural design phase, the structural engineering, MEP engineers. We can take care of engineering. We can take care of the steel building materials and deliver the building materials, and also the erection, where the general contractor can take everything that's underneath the build, such as water, sewer, plumbing, and they can take care of the electrical. They can take care of the also the concrete pad and build out of the construction project. So we can take over a good portion of this and work together as a team. We give our clients more autonomy over their build, which is what separates us from other competitors. Okay, Colt is also a veteran-owned and operated company, and it's also has the values of faith, family, and freedom, founded by a United States Army chaplain and Navy chaplain. Okay, so my name is Juan Adriatico. I'm a prior Army and Navy chaplain. I named the company after my son, Colt Adriatico, who's also he's 2 years of age right now, which is who I love dearly. So, on behalf of Colt Buildings and our team, we are really excited to offer some stellar products, and we're a young company, but we've been growing drastically. So, now let's talk about design and engineering. One of the first steps of building your custom build is to establish your architectural plans and to pick a structural product that will fit your goals and objectives. It's important to understand that the design and engineering process is different from stick frame homes versus a pre-engineered building and a steel structure. It's not all, and you got to make sure it meets the international building codes. And not all international building codes for every piece of property is the same. So people say they need stamped to seal plans, but that's not always true in regards to what type of stamped to seal plans. Architectural plans, MEP plans, structural and foundational plans. To say you need stamped to seal plans is a very generic umbrella, and it doesn't really tell us exactly what you need. So that this process could be very time consuming and confusing, but that's why we're here to help you guys understand and clarify this confusion, because every parcel ID and every building municipality is different. Okay, with Colt we offer steel, iron, and wood structures with a different approach to the building within the building industry. That is a site. Every parcel ID, every property has a parcel ID. Okay, and based on your building department and your building codes and off your zoning, they're gonna tell us what is required, what is not required to be stamped and sealed. Okay, does that make sense? So if you go to your building department or your zoning department, they're going to tell you exactly what is required and what is not required, and we want to make sure we follow exactly what the state laws or county laws or city laws require, so we can get you exactly what you need. We offer architectural plans that are unstamped, unsealed, primarily because 90% of all residential builds don't require stamped and sealed plans. And when it comes to commercial code, that's a different ballgame, because we do commercial, those require fully stamped and sealed architectural plans. Now, if you're building within the coastal lines areas, if you're building with Florida, they do require stamped and sealed architectural plans and stamped and sealed MEP plans. Okay, and there's different codes for different coding systems in regards to HVAC systems and what you need for the thermal transfer of heat. That's another. It's what you call an MEP engineer. They typically need to stamp and seal those plans. And then you have a structural and foundational engineer that needs to be involved. So a lot of times we save our clients between 75% and 50% of the money that is required to go up front when it comes to design and engineering. Typically, you're going to spend between 5 and 15% of the total build cost with design and engineering, because that's just what is required to build your home. And if you don't believe me, please do your research, because that is a norm across the custom home building industry. Whether you're building a custom home or a custom barndominium, that is the norm. Okay, so therefore, it is important that you review and communicate with us that this information from your building department, what is required to ensure that we are meeting and needs to build in regards to stamps, seals, and permitting. And we will help you through that process. Okay, check with your local building department guys, your zoning department, to ensure that we're meeting all these requirements and qualifications. Okay, not every build site's the same. We do cover architectural plans across all 50 states of the U.S., but some require stamped and seals from a licensed architect. We do have licensed architects that will cover certain areas of the U.S. We're growing in that area. Most of our plans we sell are unstamped, unsealed architecturals, because we don't need them, because we do pre-engineered stamped and sealed structural pre-engineered steel buildings. It's a different process with stick frames. If you're going to go stick frame, no problem, but you're going to pay $15,000, at least 15 grand to 20 grand up front. It could even be 10 grand for architectural and stamped and sealed structural foundational plans with a stick frame. But if you're going steel, we can save you a ton of money, because we cut the design and engineering process in half. So you're only paying, say, $4,500, $6,500 for your architecturals, and those will be stamped and sealed, but we can wait on the stamped and seals of the structural foundational plans, because we're going to get that upon the first draw cycle when you're doing your general contracting, or when you're securing your steel materials. Okay, so now let's talk about steel erection. Okay, when it comes about steel erection, after your architectural designs have been completed, because we had to take your architectural plans and fit them with your structural with another CAD software, which is a engineering software, steel software, that will marry that up to your steel building. We will populate a material cost list for your steel building or your iron building that are based off your architectural plans. You see, basically everything in the box has got to fit everything, the box itself. So there's two different plan sets. One's for structural and one's for architectural. Architectural is basically everything inside your 2D floor plans, your 3D floor plans, your mechanical, electrical, plumbing, your basics, your elevations, your wall elevations, your roof of your pitch. Okay, based off of that, then we can marry that to another software as a CAD software, as a CAD engineering software, that we mirror them together to make sure that before we cut the steel, that everything mirrors up properly. Okay, and then we'll be able to populate a price on the steel materials and to deliver your building. Okay, when you get a building material cost, price list, cost, how much in the cost, it says include your delivery, your building, and it takes usually typically 4 to 6 weeks upon the deposit of your building. Okay, so when you put a deposit upon your building, that is when your structural and foundational plans are ordered. Okay, and that typically takes about 3 to 5 days, maybe a week to get, so that you can start pouring your concrete slab. Okay, so when you're doing your this is how we do it with pre-engineered buildings. It's different than your stick frame homes. That's why when people said, hey, I didn't get my stamp to seal plans, it's like, because we do pre-engineered buildings. We could do stick, but most of our clients they've requested for a steel building for the structure of their home. Okay, so let's make it very clear and let's make it very concise. This is the process for pre-engineered structures for Barndominiums. Okay, based on the dimension of your steel building, we will be able to populate a free erection estimate. Okay, it's an estimate, okay, for the structure of your building, home, or barndominium, based on a zip code. Okay, material inspections, travel, hotels, labor, and equipment. Okay, this is an estimate, and when you get a final contract, that's when we get final numbers. Okay, but we can get you pretty close. So you have a basic number, what's the cost for your steel building, includes your roof, your sidewalls, your beams, direction of your building, so you understand based off that price, based off your plans, can you actually afford to move forward, rather than dropping $20,000 in full engineering. That can be very costly. So let's just dip our toe in and just if you can invest, say, $5,000, you're not invested fully into what it costs to build a full construction with a custom home or barndominium. All right, this free erection quote on the building is not a fixed calculation until the final contracts have been established and is sent for final review or steel prices. And labor costs change weekly. Okay, so that's the truth. And steel prices. So you got to bear with the industry because it fluctuates every week. Okay, usually it's pretty steady, but sometimes the stock market, whatever, can happen. Things happen. All equipment rentals are based on allowances. Anything past these rental dates is the responsibility of the contractor or the homeowner. Okay, because once you get an allowance for those dates, anything past that either comes out of the pocket of the homeowner or the contractor. All right, this is not a full construction calculation on your project, but does give us a solid idea of what the project could cost to build. Okay, so if you know what the materials going to cost, what you're building, and what does it cost to erect your building, then we can, when it moves into estimating, we have a good understanding of how much it costs to finish out your total build. But it gets us closer to our hard number. Okay, now when it comes to estimating is not a free, because it takes, when you're doing a full estimatization of a home, it is a full calculation of every single piece of screw, every single piece of sheetrock, everything that's included is a very, very detailed estimate, and it can take a few days actually to populate this estimate in regards to materials, cost of labor. So it's very, very detailed, because once our contractor, our estimating team signs off on that, we sign off on that for all the financials. So we got to make sure that estimate is not it's pretty fixed. So we have to be very careful of when we do that estimation, okay, and stay true to that estimation. After planning and design have been completed, we will proceed forward into our construction estimating process, which is a different fee. That could start off at $3,000, because sometimes we have to go and travel to your job site and break down everything, and it takes man hours to do this. Okay, so I have an estimator in-house. We have full-time estimators in-house that would estimate your project to make sure that everything is calculated properly. So when we submit that to the bank for financing and to build a construction project, that we sign off on that, then we're ready to go to start the building process. Colt Contracting. When it comes to coltcontractors.com, that's a general contracting, licensed general contracting service. We cover South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, and South Texas. Okay, then we'll orchestrate all the subcontractors to ensure your project is completed according to schedule and within budget. And last but not least, guys, we offer pools. These are pre-manufactured steel pools that are saltwater pools that include your lights, your jets, your lining, everything. Okay, it includes your delivery to your job site. It's a great thing about these pools. It's a plug and play. Okay, everything's included, your pumps. So there's not You could dig a hole out for it to embed it down into the ground. But the great thing is there's a steel, basically shipping containers that have been refurbished, and they transformed them into a custom pool. Any color you want on the exterior of the pool, you can choose any color you want. Okay, because interior we offer like 4 or 5 different colors, such as I believe it's blue, aqua blue, yellow, red, and maybe one other color for the lining of the pool. Okay. Again, check us out on the web at coltbuildings.com. You can check us on the web at colthomes.com, coltpools.com, coltengineeringfirm.com. We would love to earn your business. Again, my name is Juan Adriatico. I'm the president of Colt Buildings, and we're based out of Greenwood, South Carolina, and we also have offices in Texas and in Florida. So you guys have a blessed day, and we look forward to working with you.